I really like puzzles in tabletop RPGs. They can be used to break up a long dungeon, add some variety to your game, and can be used to encourage lateral thinking and coming up with clever ways for your players to solve problems. I want to talk about my favorite homemade puzzle and the logic behind it: the Room of Doppelgangers. The players enter a circular room, and they see themselves enter from an identical looking hallway on the other side of the room. Both sides initially appear identical. The doppelgangers will perfectly mirror the player's actions exactly. Any attempt to attack your or someone else's doppelganger will just result in swords or arrows colliding. Any spells thrown will either pass through each other or detonate in the center of the room, depending on the spell. What do you do? What I love about this puzzle is that it's visual. This can make it easier for the players to put themselves in the scenario and try and think about how they would solve it. The goal is to have the players stop thinking strictly through game mechanics. There is no one perfect spell or ability that will solve this puzzle. It's clever use of those spells and mechanics that will help solve it. My general thoughts on puzzle design is to let the players poke around and experiment with something without too high of stakes. A good puzzle should give the players space to work it out without fear of an insta-death if they mess up. Let them play with cause and effect, and sort out what they're supposed to do themselves. This leads to really fun and open-ended puzzles. So, how do you solve the Room of the Doppelganger? There's not just one solution. Here are some of the things my players have done in the past to solve this problem. Roll perception to try and find some irregularity in the room and force the doppelganger to perform an impossible action, breaking the spell. Teleporting past their doppelganger and just leaving the room. Just closing their eyes and walking forward, hoping to pass through their doppelganger. And of course, my favorite, casting Zone of Truth and then saying, "I will let you pass." For a lot of my puzzles, if the players come up with a clever solution that should work, it probably does. That's the beauty of these kind of open-ended puzzles. There is something to be said for puzzles that have a defined solution, but that's a video for another time. Hey, thanks for watching. And if you've got a favorite puzzle and you'd like to share it in the comments, feel free to. I'll see you next time.